What if the next big climate threat was not global warming but a new ice age? A chilling question indeed, but one that we must face. Imagine a world blanketed in ice where the warmth of the sun is but a distant memory. This is no science fiction fantasy. It's a potential reality that scientists are considering. The threat of a new ice age is real, and it's time we started paying attention. So brace yourself as we embark on a chilling journey into the future of our planet. To understand the future, we must first delve into the past. Our planet has a long and fascinating history, punctuated by periods of profound cold known as ice ages. The most recent of these, the Pleistocene Ice Age, concluded a mere 12,000 years ago. Its icy tendrils reached far and wide, shaping the landscapes we know today and dramatically altering the course of life on Earth. But what triggers these glacial epochs? The answer lies in the intricate dance of our planet around the sun. Subtle shifts in the Earth's orbit, coupled with changes in its axial tilt, impact the amount of sunlight reaching the planet's surface. When these changes align in just the right way, they can plunge the Earth into an ice age. Yet, the sun's dance alone isn't enough. Our planet has a safety blanket of sorts, the atmosphere, which helps regulate our climate. Key players in this atmospheric orchestra are greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane. These gases trap heat from the sun, creating a sort of thermal buffer that keeps our planet hospitable. However, when the levels of these gases drop significantly, the thermal buffer weakens. Combine this with the right orbital conditions, and you've got the perfect recipe for an ice age. The Earth cools, ice sheets spread, and the world as we know it transforms. The effects of ice ages are profound. They've shaped the Earth's landscapes, carving out valleys and fjords, and have driven evolution, extinction, and migration of species. Humanity itself has been touched by these icy epochs, our ancestors adapting to survive in a world locked in ice. Ice ages, then, are part of the Earth's natural geological cycles. They're written into the very fabric of our planet's history. But they're not just relics of the past. The same forces that drove ice ages millions of years ago are still at play today. With this background in mind, let's now turn our gaze to the future. Could a deep freeze be in our planet's future forecast? We're all familiar with the concept of weather forecasts, predicting sunshine or showers for our weekend plans. But what about a forecast that spans not just days, but centuries or even millennia? That's exactly what climate scientists are trying to do. They're piecing together data from the past, observing the present, and using powerful computer models to predict the future of our climate. And some of these predictions are downright chilling. For years we've been warned about global warming, rising sea levels, and more frequent extreme weather events. But a subset of scientists suggests a different future may lie ahead. They posit that we could be on the brink of a new ice age, a period of long-term reduction in the temperature of the Earth's surface and atmosphere. This would lead to the expansion of polar ice caps and mountain glaciers, effectively putting our planet in a deep freeze. Now, you may be wondering, how can this be? Aren't we causing global warming by burning fossil fuels and releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere? Well, yes, but it's not that simple. You see, our planet's climate system is incredibly complex, influenced not just by human activities but also by natural phenomena like volcanic eruptions, solar activity, and shifts in ocean currents. Some scientists theorize that these natural factors, combined with the cooling effect of man-made aerosols, could tip the balance towards global cooling. Yes, you heard it right. The same industrial activities that are warming the planet could also have a paradoxical cooling effect. It's like turning up the heat and the air conditioning at the same time. However, it's important to note that this is just one possible future. Other climate models predict continued global warming with all its associated impacts. And yet others suggest a kind of climate seesaw, with periods of warming followed by cooling, and vice versa. So, what would this new ice age look like? Imagine a world blanketed in ice and snow. A world where the familiar landscapes of verdant forests, sprawling deserts, and bustling cities are replaced by endless expanses of white. That's the new ice age for you. It's a world where the polar ice caps extend their icy fingers across continents, turning once thriving ecosystems into frozen wastelands. The Earth's wildlife would face radical changes in this new reality. Some species, like the Arctic fox and the snowy owl, are already well adapted to life in the cold. They might thrive, expanding their territories across the frozen globe, but for others, the sudden shift could mean extinction. Elephants, lions, and other species accustomed to warmer climes might not survive the icy onslaught. And then there's us, the humans. Our societies too would undergo dramatic transformations. Agriculture as we know it might become a thing of the past. With most of the fertile land buried under ice, we'd need to find new ways to feed ourselves. Maybe we'd turn to indoor hydroponic farming, or perhaps we'd engineer new crops capable of weathering the cold. Cities too would have to adapt. Buildings would need to be insulated against the cold, and transportation systems would need to be redesigned to traverse the icy terrain. And let's not forget about energy. With less sunlight reaching the Earth, we'd need to rethink our reliance on solar power. But it's not all doom and gloom. An ice age could present new opportunities as well. The frozen landscapes could offer new frontiers for exploration and adventure, and the challenges of life on an icy planet could drive innovation, leading to technological advancements we can't even imagine today. So, yes, the new ice age would be a world of challenges, but also a world of opportunities. A world where life, as we know it, is completely transformed. Yet life, in its relentless determination, would find a way to endure, to adapt, and to thrive. But is there anything we can do to prevent this icy future? The power to shape our planet's future lies in our hands. As we venture into the realm of potential ice age prevention, it's essential to remember that our actions today will echo into the millennia to come. The most prominent measure we can take to mitigate the effects of a new ice age is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, causing global warming, which paradoxically may trigger an ice age. By cutting down on our carbon footprint, we can help maintain the delicate balance of our planet's climate. Now you may ask, how do we reduce greenhouse gas emissions? There are numerous ways, but let's focus on a few key strategies. First, we can transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources. Solar, wind, and hydroelectric power all offer cleaner alternatives to coal, oil, and natural gas. These technologies have advanced tremendously in recent years, making them more efficient and affordable than ever before. Second, we can improve energy efficiency in our homes, businesses, and transportation systems. This means using less energy to perform the same tasks, reducing emissions and saving money in the process. Third, we can protect and restore our world's forests. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, one of the primary greenhouse gases, helping to cool the planet. By halting deforestation and planting new trees, we can sequester more carbon and combat global warming. Finally, we can support policies and companies that prioritize sustainability. This means voting with our ballots and our wallets. Choose leaders who understand the urgency of climate change and are willing to take bold action. Patronize businesses that are committed to reducing their environmental impact. As we contemplate these measures, it's important to bear in mind that no single action will be sufficient on its own. It will take a concerted global effort to prevent or mitigate the effects of a new ice age. We must all do our part, individually and collectively, to safeguard the only home we have. In the end, the choice is ours. Now that you're aware of the potential ice age threat, what will you do? We all have a role to play in the grand scheme of things, and it's time we stepped up to the plate. We don't have the luxury of being bystanders anymore. It's time to take action in our daily lives to combat climate change. So how can you contribute? Well, the first step is to reduce our carbon footprint. This could mean opting for public transport or carpooling instead of driving solo. It could mean turning off lights and unplugging electronics when they're not in use. But it isn't just about personal choices. We also need to push for policy changes at a higher level. Advocate for clean energy, support initiatives that protect our forests and oceans, vote for leaders who prioritize the environment. Spreading awareness is another crucial step. Talk about this issue with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Post about it on social media. Make the world understand that this isn't just a distant possibility, but a looming threat. And while we're taking these steps, let's remember to remain hopeful. We have the power to change the course of our future. We've done it before and we can do it again. Remember, the future of our planet is in our hands. Let's not let it slip away into the icy grasp of a new ice age.